Welcome to part 4 of Chapter 2 lecture. In this portion that we will conclude Chapter 2, talking about logic and sets. And we want to introduce something called the Cartesian product of two sets. And this is simply where we form pairs of elements. The first element from the first set and the second element from the second set. So here is an introduction to this type of product. Suppose we have 3 pairs of pants, blue, green, and white, and 2 shirts, blue and red. And so we have the set P representing the pants and S representing the shirts. According to the fundamental counting principle, we know that there are 6, 3 times 2, possible ways to pair the elements from set P with the elements of set S. This is a nice way to display the pairings of pants and shirts in what looks like a Cartesian plane, where along what we might call our x-axis or our pants axis, we have the 3 options. And then along what we might call our y-axis or the shirts axis, we have the blue and red shirt options. And then we can compare each X and Y, or each pants and shirt. Now, the first component in each pair represents pants, and the second component in each pair represents shirts. So the order in which we pair these is important. We have to be consistent with this. Now, an ordered pair is equal to another ordered pair if and only if their first components are equal and also their second components are equal. And here's our formal definition of a Cartesian product, notated with the 2 sets and an X between them. The order that the sets are listed is important because we have A cross B, and that's how we would say this, A cross B, where A is listed first. Then in our ordered pairs, the first element will come from set A and the second element will come from set B. And so this is our formal way of writing A cross B. The set of all x comma y such that x is an element of A and y is an element of B. So A cross B should never be read as A times B because, again, we're not really multiplying anything. Okay, so here are some examples, and if you feel confident, go ahead and pause the video and write down, or at least think about what these cross products, what these Cartesian products might look like. What would the ordered pairs look like in each of these instances? For A cross B, notice all the possibilities. We have the letter A being paired with the numbers 1, 2, and 3, and then the letter B being paired with the numbers 1, 2, and 3, and finally the letter C being paired with the numbers 1, 2, and 3. So as you build your cross product, doing so in a systematic way will ensure that you have all of your pairings correct, that you don't skip one, and that you don't repeat one. It's always a good idea to first determine how many ordered pairs that you are going to have. We see that since there are 3 elements in A and 3 elements in B, then we will have 3 times 3 or 9 pairings. And so we can count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And so that's a nice way to ensure that you have all of the pairings possible. Think about B cross A. What would that look like? Well, we would simply take all the pairings, all the ordered pairs in A cross B, and reverse them. Reverse the number and the letter. Instead of A comma 1, we would have 1 comma A, and so on. And so we have the same 9 pairings in reverse order. Did you know that you could have a cross product with a set and itself, like A cross A? So here we're simply creating ordered pairs with elements of A with elements of A. And so here we have, once again, the 9 ordered pairs in that particular Cartesian product. It is possible to form a Cartesian product involving the null or empty set. Suppose that we have a set A, and because there are no elements in the empty set, no ordered pairs x comma y with x in A and y in the empty set is possible. So the cross product between a set and the empty set is simply also the empty set. Similarly, if we cross the empty set or the null set with a set, then we also get the null set or empty set. I like this. Here we have a nice little joke, I suppose. People who like Venn diagrams, people who draw circles around notes, and people who put coffee cups down on their work, and me in the center. All right, hopefully you are all set with logic and sets.